In Onshape, you can perform top-down design using a variety of techniques. In a previous video, I showed how to create a part studio in context, but you can also edit an existing component in context. Before I show you how to do that, let me explain my scenario. I'm working on my drone project, and currently I'm working on a box to hold the different batteries. And so I started out in a part studio and I created a couple of different parts in that part studio. I made a sheet metal box, and then I have this other holder that I want to fit the batteries into. And so I took these different parts and put them into the assembly. Let me go back to that tab in my document. And then I added the actual batteries themselves. These are commercial off-the-shelf parts. And you can see that there is an icon to the right of them showing that this is a version part from another document. And then I created a symmetric pattern for the other different ones. So now I want to start modifying one of the parts, this particular part, using the batteries as a reference. And for that, I only need the batteries. I don't need to see the box. So I'm actually going to hide the box. And this is important because when you start editing a part in context, the context is going to be based on which components are currently visible and also the positions of any components, especially components with degrees of freedom, like ones that you would create with some of your different mates, like a revolute mate or a slider mate or a planar mate. But anyhow, I have the components visible for editing in context. Then you can select the part that you want to edit in context. I will hold down the right mouse button, and in the pop-up menu, here is the command for edit in context. I will click on that, and it takes me back over to my part studio, and those different components that were visible when I edited in context are now displayed, but in a transparent style. Like I mentioned, for what I'm doing now, I don't need to see the battery box, so I'm just going to hide it from my parts list in the part studio. And so now I can go about making additional features in my part studio, but I've got that visual reference I can use for designing and also for external references. So speaking of which, let me create another extrude. I want to cut out some material from this because this is way bigger than it needs to be. So let's select a surface. Then I will click on the extrude command. And right now it wants to add material. Let me change it to a remove. And there we can see a preview of it going into the model. And that's good. But I want to use a reference from the batteries in case the batteries ever move. I want the amount of material that I'm cutting to update based on that. So let's see. Let's go to the drop-down list and change this from blind to up to face. I'm going to select a face from one of the batteries. And you'll notice now it tells me that a new assembly context was created. That message went away. I also have this little box for going back to the assembly. And it tells me right now I am in context 1. I actually want to offset a little bit more. Let's offset the distance. And let me flip the direction. And I don't want it quite that much. Let's change this to a value of 12. And so, yep, now I have this being as big as I want to be based on the size of those different components. I'm happy with the other different options in here, like the merge scope is to the battery holder. And if you take a look in my features list, you can see that there is this little highlighted arrow, highlighted in like a yellowish orange color, indicating that this feature is based on context 1. So anyhow, let me hit the check mark in order to create that extrude. Let me make my list a little bit wider. And so up at the top, now we can see that we have our assembly context. It is context 1 that we are currently using. I'm going to use the drop-down list in order to rename this, and I'm going to call this context for simplicity batteries. Oops, misspelled it. Let's hit the rename button and spell batteries correctly and hit the enter key. And you can also see what it comes from. It comes from the battery compartment tab in here. So at this point, I can make my battery box base visible again. Let's go to the assembly. And so now I can go back to the battery box and make it visible. But we can see that I have modified that component, the battery holder, based on the batteries context. You can see it listed inside of here, and it's also got that arrow next to it. And it also has this arrow indicating that this is the primary reference for that particular context. If you take a look at the battery box base, well, that one has a dashed arrow indicating that this is not the primary instance of the context. It's not the anchor point for that particular context. But anyhow, let's go back to the Part Studio. This is another reason why it's important to rename your tab so you know which ones you are going to. And right now I don't see that context. If we take a look at the top of my panel, you can see that right now it says assembly context none. Well, I can change back to batteries, and that makes those batteries visible again in case I want to use them for creating any more features, which I actually do. But I'm going to show that in the next video where I'm going to use the context in order to perform some Boolean operations.